afternoon, and thank you for joining us today on DIS News. My name is Kate Cronin, and I'll be your host today, February 12th. With me in the studio today, I have Mari with the weather and Alexa with sports. What do you have for us today, Mari?
Well, today we're going to take a look at Boston and see what's going on over there. I hear there might be more than just snow on the streets in that city.
Interesting. And Alexa, what can we expect from sports?
Today we'll be looking at an unusual injury that has hit one of the top NHL teams on the East Coast.
Thank you both. We look forward to hearing the full stories coming up shortly. We start our newscast with a somber story out of Chapel Hill, North Carolina. On February 10th, the lives of 3 Chapel Hill honor students were taken by their neighbor, Craig Stephen Hicks. Hicks has been charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder and is being held without bail. The motive behind these murders is still unknown. However, speculations indicate it may have been racially motivated or a neighborly dispute regarding parking. Family and friends of Daya Barakat, Yusor Muhammad, and Razan Muhammad Abu Salah gathered to honor their lives February 11th in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. DIS News will continue to report on this case as new information is received. We now continue our newscast with a story from our finance department. The Keystone Pipeline bill passed through the House last night, completing a grueling 3-year campaign for Republicans. The legislation passed by the GOP-controlled House and was passed by the Senate last month. To become official, the bill must be signed by President Obama, who will formally receive the bill on his desk next week. The president's administration has been reviewing the proposed pipeline for some time now and has vowed to veto the bill, as it has huge environmental implications. Republicans have promoted the bill as a huge economic stimulant that will create jobs for many Americans, but with the recent energy crisis and the fall of oil prices, that argument is beginning to lose its foundation. The House, however, can override the president's veto with a 2/3 majority vote, but they are far from that majority, and it's beginning to seem unlikely that this bill will pass and the pipeline will be built. Keep an ear out in the upcoming week to hear the president's final decision. Now we go to Mari with the weather. Mari?
Thanks, Kate. Today we're going to take a look at what's going on in Boston, the city that just can't catch a break with the snow this season. With over 24 inches of snow from Winter Storm Juno at the end of last month, Winter Storm Marcus has hit hard this past weekend with an additional 24 inches of snow. Today, you can expect cold temperatures in Boston. It is 18 degrees right now and going up to 30 degrees this afternoon with a 50% chance of snow showers. As the week progresses, we see even colder temperatures going down to 12 degrees tomorrow and unfortunately even more snow. With all of this snow, countless flights have been canceled and hundreds of schools have been closed. But Boston proves to be resilient thanks to an old friend who is back on the streets, the Boston Yeti. First spotted on the streets of Somerville, Massachusetts during Winter Storm Juno, the unidentified Boston Yeti has returned to, as he or she claims, lend a claw and do my part. And Boston residents have noticed, turning to Twitter to share photos they've snapped of the mysterious creature helping out around the city. The Boston Yeti told ABC News that he or she is trying to ignite a flicker of joy in an otherwise cold and windy landscape. The Yeti explains that, my wish is for those snowed in and stuck to hang in there, see the storms through, and thank spring. And what a wonderful wish that is. To whoever is hidden beneath that costume, thank you for helping keep our spirits high during this winter season. That's all for weather. Now we'll hear from Alexa with the sports report.
Thanks, Mari. Some devastating news has hit the NHL fans of New York earlier this week. The King, Henrik Lundqvist, has suffered from an unusual neck injury. With over 300 wins and 50 shutouts under his belt with the New York Rangers, they are left without him for an undetermined period of time. During Saturday's game against the Carolina Hurricanes, Henrik was struck with a shot straight to the neck. He was determined to finish the game. However, his doctors informed him that continuing to play would increase his chances of suffering from a stroke. So what actually happened? Lundqvist suffered a direct blow to the neck, causing trauma to the soft tissue in the area, which included a blood vessel that sustained damage in the process. Although this is devastating to the team and the fans, the Rangers net now belongs to Cam Talbot, also with an impressive record, keeping the team going strong and hopefully placing them in the playoffs. Lundqvist remains in recovery and is staying positive with the support of his teammates, fans, and family, as shown in his recent tweets. We wish him a fast recovery and hope to see the King back in the net soon. That's all for now. Back to you, Kate.
Well, best of luck to the Rangers. Thank you, Alexa. Now we will go out to Allie in the streets of Odense to learn more about Valentine's Day. Allie?
Thank you, Kate. We are currently in the streets of Odense, where love is in the air, as Valentine's Day is quickly approaching this Saturday.
I think it's kind of the Stores Day. Nothing really special. We'll be going to church.
I have a boyfriend, but so maybe I'll light up a candle or something.
You guys are a lovely couple. What are you guys doing for this Valentine's Day?
I don't know. Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, me too.
And what's your ideal date?
Well, I think it should be the boy who takes like the lead, and I think he should like come with flowers and then invite me out for dinner, and maybe later we could go do something fun, like go to the movies or go drive go-karts or something.
I think it's a good tradition. We're getting used to it in Denmark.
And do you like the holiday or not so much?
It does say something to me because I grew up in the United States and we always celebrated Valentine's Day in school.
I think it's okay. It's a nice way to show your love.
And what's your pickup line?
I don't really have one, but if I should pick one, then it should be, I hope you got insurance because I just fell to my knee.
Sending lots of love from the streets of Odense. Back to you, Kate.
Thank you, Allie. Now to wrap up our newscast, we have a touching story coming from New York. Humans of New York photographer Brandon Stanton recently told a heartwarming story of underprivileged students and hardworking faculty at Mott Hall Bridges Academy in inner-city Brooklyn, New York. On a chance encounter with the Humans of New York photographer, 13-year-old Vidal Chastanet brought his school much-needed attention by shining a light on the inspiring lessons his school principal, Miss Lopez, has instilled in her students. Miss Lopez teaches her students the values they hold as young scholars and reminds them that they are expected to succeed despite the difficulties they face from living in an impoverished environment. Since then, Humans of New York has posted follow-up stories from students and faculty from the school and has been running a fundraiser for the school to send their students, who have never left New York, to Harvard University where they can see who they can be. Their goal of $100,000 was quickly fulfilled and is currently reaching $1.5 million. Vidal and Miss Lopez have been featured on The Today Show and The Ellen DeGeneres Show and have also met President Obama. Stories like these inspire us each day. That's all we have time for today. Thanks for tuning in to DIS News. I'm Kate Cronin, and we'll see you tomorrow.